Okay, for those of you who are doing spark plugs for the first time on your motorcycle, this year is a 2004 R1. I'm going to show you exactly what to do, and the way I did it was pretty easy, because you didn't have to take off, well, initially I took off my gas tank, but it was impossible. I couldn't even. There's a little hole under when you take the air box off or whatnot. You see, there's a little hole. You're supposed to be able to get to your spark plugs from there, and there's no way. It's like impossible. I know the manual says that you're supposed to get them through there, but no, I couldn't. Maybe the first middle two. I mean, I just said to hell with that, and I did some research on R1 forums and how to do the spark plugs from the mid fairing point, and that's what I did. So basically what I did was you have to take off your ram air, you got to take your dams off. It's all pretty easy really once you start getting into it. You got to take your mid fairing off. You don't have to take this fairing off, you could leave the lower fairing on. I just took my mid fairing off, and you have to take the dams off, like I said, the ram air dams. And then you gotta take, there's a piece here you gotta take off, and and once you take those off, what you need to do then is you'll have access to your radiator bolts. There's one here, as you can see, and then there's one on the other side, and then there's one at the bottom. So you're not going to take this one off, but what you're going to do is loosen it, just so you're able to move this back and forth. So you're going to take this one off. You're going to take the one off the other side after you take the fairing and the ram air duct off on the other side. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this hose off. You're going to leave this hose on. So I took this hose off, I took this off. All these connectors, basically what it is, I think, not on this side, but you're going to leave these, all these are going to stay connected. So you're going to leave these connected. Take this hose, pull it out. Take this hose and pull it off. You're going to get some radiator fluid, so you're going to have to catch it with a bucket coming out. And what you're going to do is these are tied on with plastic, those zip ties. So you got to cut the zip ties off. Cut zip ties off. You're going to take this hose off here. And here's the other bolt I was talking about on this side. This radiator hose you can leave on. Okay, so basically once I did that, I took this bolt off, the one on the other side. I don't know if you can see it. I loosened that bolt, and what happened was this radiator, I was able to push it forward enough to get to my spark plug wires. There's one. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Bad angle here. There's one right here. See? I put everything pretty much back together because they did all four. So, you know, this one. See? How it kind of turns a little. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, once you pull this radiator, once you push this radiator forward, you're gonna have a lot of room. I mean, you'll have enough room to be able to replace the spark plugs. So, but I did it. I'm 6'4". I got long hands. and I was able to do it. A lot of guys are saying, how do you do that? How is it possible to do it from in between the radiator? But you can do it. But you got to take those hoses off so you're able to, you know, push the radiator forward. But yeah, the tank I couldn't do, so I said to hell with it. But this is your best bet. Let me see if I can show you the other side. This right here. Here's one. So these are the outer ones. It looks like, do you see the inner ones? Once, what happens is you gotta unclip the coils. Unclip a coil, you know, pull this off, you know, well, once the radiator's back, you take the coil out, pull it off to the side, and you're able to slide your ratchet down there. And by the way, it's a 17 mil, or not a 17 mil, sorry, it's a 3/4, where is it at? 3/4 mil, I believe, or 5/8. It's a 5/8 socket, and you're able to get that with that in the middle too, and then you pop them, just kind of pull them right out of there. Now I'm using, so you can see that these are the CR90K spark plugs. Okay, my camera won't focus, but yeah, CR90K. They came gapped. I gapped them with this. And what I did was I checked the gaps on both sides, and for the 2004 and for the 2004 and the 2006, 2004 to 2006, your gap should be between, well, it shouldn't be any higher than 0.030. Then you got to check both sides of the gap, the dual gap here. One, you check in between, so you put in between, and they both should be read no more than 0.30. That's what the specs are. So I did that, and I started it up. We changed all the spark plugs, and it's running pretty good. Now you're gonna have to add coolant once you're finished. I use 50/50. So that 50/50 should work just fine, and I believe that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Hopefully this video helped you.